By the way, did you know that if you play a guitar, a nice tune, to someone who is dying, you can actually postpone their death and they can whisper to you where they hid their treasures? I thought you should know. Let's talk about death. Everywhere you go, people are afraid about death, or they are afraid of death. But it's because they don't actually understand what death is. People think that death is an end. People think that when someone dies, you lose them. But now that's what they told you. But let's talk about the reality. This is a short video, so hang around. When we talk about death, people see the end, but I see the beginning. What comprises a human being are three major aspects. We can talk about the body, we can talk about the spirit, sometimes some people call it the soul. Well, not exactly the same thing, but let's use it for now like that. The other thing is mind. Don't mind about my spelling. I have a problem with the spelling. So, when we talk about a human being, we are talking about three aspects: the body, the spirit, also, and the mind. Let's ask ourselves what exactly each and every one is. Body. What is body? The fact is, your body is nothing but a heap of food. If you start eating less today or stop eating completely, in the next 1 year, you'll be dead. You will not have a body. It will be gone. So this is just a heap of food. And food comes from the soil. So when someone dies, the body is buried back in the soil. So the body goes back where it came from. So the body goes home. So it's not an end, it's actually a beginning. And the body is so excited to meet its colleagues, its family, and the people it had left home. It had gone for a journey, and now it's back home. Let's talk about the spirit and the soul. Of course, this one you know. When someone dies, you always say that they went up. The soul or the spirit went back to God, where it came from. So again, the soul doesn't just vanish or cease to be. It goes back where it came from. So this one also takes a journey back home. And then we talk about the mind. The mind is in the body. Because without the brain, there is no mind. So the mind goes with the body, and then the spirit goes for its journey. So what is lost? So when you tell me that you are mourning a loss, what have you lost? The body is not lost, it goes back where it came from. The spirit is not lost, it goes back where it came from. Let me surprise you with something else. Did you know that actually your body is 99% empty space? When someone is cremated, what remains? Someone is 100 kgs. And then when they die and their body is cremated, what's left is a handful of ash. The place where they were cremated, that space was 100% enclosed. So nothing really evaporated. Nothing left that environment. And so even the water, which is I think 78% of your body, is also part of the soil. Your bones and your flesh. So that tells you that someone who dies when they are 100 kg, most likely, when they are burnt, all that is left is about 1 kg. So that tells you that 99% of who they were, where did it go? It just vanished. It was empty space. The only thing that remains is 1%, which is now matter. That's the fact of life. Everything you see is 99% empty space. Why? Because every material thing is made up of atoms, and atoms are 99% empty space. Let me tell you something else about death. When we talk about dying, you are afraid of dying because you think you will experience death, but you won't. At the point of death, your body will be silenced, no sensation, no feelings, no emotions. And your soul, your spirit will be gone. So at the very moment of death, no one will be there to experience the death. And again, when people mourn, they don't mourn because someone died. You don't. Because if you mourned death, anyone's death should cause you tears. Anyone's death should cause you hurt. But the reality is, what people actually mourn is the attachment they had with the person who has died. But here's the cute thing. Even after the person has died, you still feel them. And you still talk about my husband, my child, my brother, my mother, my friend died. So you still call them yours, meaning the attachment is still there. You are never detached. Some of you think that when souls detach from the body, they go to heaven. They don't. This is why. Christians especially, you say that angels are everywhere. So if everyone has a guardian angel, we have about 8 billion people in the world. So that means that here on earth, we have about 8 billion angels roaming around. God is everywhere. You know that, right? So that means that angels are here and God is here. Only that we cannot see them because, of course, they are spirits. They don't have bodies. But here's the cute thing. If 8 billion angels are here and God is here, the angels who are singing to God, where are they singing to him from? God is here, angels are here, so they are singing to God here. So that tells you that heaven and earth could actually all be here. And even the people who die, they don't go anywhere. They stay around. And that's why sometimes you can feel them. You can feel their spirits. You can sometimes even feel them coming through your dreams. Sometimes they whisper to you and tell you, oh, well, watch God. Oh, don't do that. Sometimes they do that because sometimes you call them guardian angels. So my friend, I want you to understand this concept as I conclude. Death is an illusion. Doesn't happen. Because nothing dies, nothing is lost. The body goes back home, the spirit goes back home. When we say that someone has gone to heaven, heaven is exactly here. Because God is here, angels are here. So all those guys are just, even in this room, we have angels, we have God. So heaven is here, and hell is here. Equally, earth is here. Everything is right here. And now, when you hear about death, stop thinking that it's the end and start thinking it's the beginning. It's just another chapter of your existence. You stop existing as a body and you start existing as a spirit. And we are spirits. You of course know that. The person who dies, they are not the body, they are not the mind. You know that person is the spirit. So the spirit never dies. It goes back to who it was, to who it came from. And now, so that you can subscribe to this channel. When God created us, He created us in His image and likeness. We all don't look alike. And then come on, was God African or Asian or white or black, short and tall, or is this God? But then you ask yourself, what is that which is common in everyone? The spirit or the soul. So your soul and my soul are identical. Soul or spirit is one. If all souls or spirits were brought here and aligned without bodies, you cannot identify yours. Because there's only one spirit. There's only one soul. And that is the God spirit. So within you rests God's spirit. Because God created you in His image and likeness, and He is a spirit. So the spirit you have within you is the God spirit. So every time that you are roaming around, saying how depressed you are, saying how useless you are, saying how good for nothing you are, remember, you are a God in a human body. So when death happens, body goes back home, spirit goes back home. Voila! Nobody lost, nothing lost. Let's not be afraid of death. It's just a new beginning. It's just like the way you would wake up from a dream and you are like, oh, the dream sounded so real. It's the same thing. When you wake up from this physical reality, you'll be like, oh, that physical reality sounded so real, but now I know who I am. I am a pure spirit, which was in a body. So my friend, don't be afraid of death. You don't have to cry when they die. They didn't die. They went back home. Now, remember, you play the guitar, you have the treasures. Subscribe.